What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be testing Battlefield 6's new update to see how these changes translate into how the game plays. What's different about the gunplay? Are certain guns better? What do the ADS movement changes do to the viability of certain movements? Basically, we're going to find out whether or not this update actually did anything. And after that, we're going to talk about the most pressing issues of Battlefield 6 and what DICE should consider fixing next. If you want to follow Battlefield 6, this is the channel for you. Be sure to hit that sub button, hit the like button, and let me know what you think about the update in the comments. I'll start off by saying, from what I can tell, the game, to me, just feels like a better version, right? Like, I think the gunplay definitely feels better. I think the movement definitely feels better, along with the ADS penalty reductions, and we'll be going over all of this in a demonstration. The drone bug being removed from the game is certainly great. I mean, you can definitely tell certain maps on Breakthrough, such as Sobek City, play better as a result of them not being, well, bug abused. But now let's dive into the gunplay fixes, the ADS sway penalty fixes, and whether or not certain weapons actually got better after this update. Alright, so taking a look at some of the gunplay changes, basically what I've noticed in playing is all the weapons in the game just feel better. Like, they just feel more predictable, they feel more understandable. You still have to burst fire, but your shots just feel like they're going where they're supposed to go now, right? And weapons that are huge winners of this patch. Number one, the AK-4D. This gun is a menace after the patch. I mean, that first guy that I killed was 80 meters away, and pre-patch, if you were strafing and shooting, you really could not reliably hit this guy at that range. But now, if you burst, if your initial shots are accurate, this thing is a monster. Like, even that guy's 100 meters away. He just got instantly killed. So, the spread bugs they fixed have to do with, number one, trying to aim down sights and shoot after sprinting. That, before the update, was bugged and would cause your weapon to basically shoot, like, around your target. You had max spread values. And the other spread bug they fixed had to do with, I believe, the game thinking you were at max movement speed in, like, any stance. So this means, I guess, strafing while standing or strafing while crouching. The game would put your weapon to max spread. Now, these bugs are fixed, so you can actually hit things. Other big winners of this patch when it comes to weapons, the NVO feels quite good now as well. The M277 feels like a completely different gun, in my opinion. I mean, it is just a complete laser beam now. This might be, like, non-negotiable S tier for multiplayer now. It is incredibly freaking good. So if you've been sleeping on the M277, don't sleep on it anymore. The thing's an absolute monster. Other big winners, the DRS is even better than it was before. I mean, this is probably the most accurate gun in the game, like, for full auto. I'm not going to say it's the most accurate. I don't have numbers on that, but it is a fucking laser. As you can see, it just has, it's an LMG AR. It's one of the best guns in the game by far. And I'd say winners of this patch for weapons in general, the low fire rate, high damage, higher spread weapons feel a lot better. So that's weapons like the M60, weapons like the RPK, weapons like the KTS. Well, the KTS didn't have any recoil or spread regardless, but weapons like the M277, M417, the SOR, NVO, AK-4D, these types of weapons, insane after the patch. Now, in terms of the ADS sway penalties and what changed, I played the game quite a bit today, and I really made sure to try to use, like, all the movement stuff and pay attention to the changes. So what they changed is they basically reduced the penalties for, like, jumping and landing, as you can see here, how my sight bobbles. Before the update, you could not, like, jump peek and kill people. Now, it's way more viable. So this guy's 20 meters away. This guy's 10 meters away. As you can see, when you land, the penalty for landing isn't as severe. And also, the animation for when you start the jump, right, isn't as severe. So, like, the sight in the air right there, it used to be a little more wobbly. Now it's a little more stable. It's still not overpowered. This just, again, opens up the game's skill gap a little bit more. You can do more in the gameplay in terms of, like, trying to use aggressive movement. Another thing that's huge Another thing that's huge is the ability for you to now accurately hit people while you jump and then land sliding. Obviously, it's a little hard to demonstrate here because, like, this shit's in my way, but you can probably use this to beam people out to, like, I don't know, 20 meters. Now, a really important thing here, this isn't like an I win button. You still have to play correctly and be very skillful to actually implement something like this in your gameplay, you know? It's not like overpowered. You still have to time it correctly, place it correctly, your positioning has to be good, you have to make sure you're landing in a good position, da-da-da-da-da, all that shit. But I really like what they did with the ADS sway penalties. They're not as harsh, but they're not removed, right? Like, they're still in the game, they still restrict the range of aggressive movement options and all that sort of stuff, and how viable they are. So I think we're at a nice middle ground right now. And I commend DICE for it. I think they achieved a decent middle ground for everybody. So overall, I am happy with the update. However, we need to shift our focus to more pressing concerns in no particular order. Number one, the vehicles. The vehicles in Battlefield 6, in my opinion, unfortunately, need almost a complete overhaul. I don't see any other way to actually fix this. If you watched Silk's recent video, you would know what I'm talking about. I will link that in the description. Basically, the vehicle situation in Battlefield 6 for both the land and air vehicles is catastrophic. I really don't feel as though they're on the level of previous Battlefield games, such as Battlefield 4. So many separate aspects of vehicle design needs to be addressed. Balance, air vehicle versus air vehicle, air versus ground, you know, and everything in between. The mechanics of the vehicles, the physics. And like I said, unfortunately, I think the route that needs to be taken is a full comprehensive overhaul over a series of multiple updates. Another huge thing that is affecting Battlefield 6 gameplay heavily is, of course, the netcode. I know every single person watching this video has died around corners by an egregious amount of distance, and that is classic Battlefield netcode. I remember that stretching back all the way to Battlefield 3 when I was playing on my dad's laptop. So it's been a historical problem for Battlefield games. Battlefield 6's netcode, in my opinion, isn't the worst I've ever experienced, but it is not good, and there is certainly massive room for improvements there. And the same can be said for the audio experience when it comes to directional audio, footstep audio, being able to place where you heard that audio from, track people, you know, through walls just based on hearing sound. The audio experience in Battlefield 6 is really fucking bad. I mean, I have died to people that are right next to me that I just simply can't hear. And that to me is one of the most infuriating ways to die in a video game, when there should be information there, right, for the player to act off of, and the information simply isn't there, so you just die and you don't have really any counterplay, or you weren't given the opportunity to counterplay. And for me, the lack of audio and just the lack of directionality is really jarring coming from Battlefield 2042, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Battlefield 2042's number one most impressive quality for me is probably the footstep audio. Battlefield 2042's footsteps were by far and a mile the best and most consistent in franchise history, to the point where they were arguably overpowered. They were that good. So going from something like that to Battlefield 6, which is a very inconsistent and muddied experience, is very frustrating. So those are the top three issues that come to my mind right now: netcode, audio, vehicle overhaul, and I really think this game could be something special if they take that path. I'm aware there are multiple other issues, of course. Feel free to let me know what issues I left out of this video or what your number one issues are in the comment section. But I think Battlefield 6 is on a good path. You know, the game has been out for a month, and we've received some really solid updates that definitely needed to happen. So if you enjoy the content, if you want to follow Battlefield 6, be sure to hit that sub button. Let me know what you think in the comment section about all this stuff. Hit that like button, and of course, swing by the streams. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders and this YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching and for hitting 105,000 subs so shortly after hitting 100,000. It has been incredibly overwhelming. I've been going nonstop since Battlefield 6 released. I mean, I've just been living and breathing content, and it's been really cool to see what's been going on, because, of course, for the longest time, there really hasn't been a period of hype for Battlefield. It's all just been the same humdrum, depressing, you know, game releases and instantly dies sort of thing. But In BF6, this is not the case. So thank you all for watching, and I really appreciate all you guys.